The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Hello, and welcome to the March episode of TViva, a monthly program where you can find out about all the great things that are going on in Fall River. I am Patti Rego, Executive Director of Viva Fall River, an organization that does just that, highlights all the things about our great community, including our great events, our wonderful small businesses, and our community, people like you. I don't need the luck of the Irish to make sure that you're here again. I have faith that you're beside me. My lovely co-host is Ashley Occhino, of course, Executive Director of the Fall River Arts and Culture Coalition, an incredible organization that unites the arts and culture community, advocates for them, and provides lots of opportunities that we're going to hear about at the end of this segment.
Yeah, and happy March to you.
Happy March.
Yeah.
It seems like we never get through it.
Oh my gosh, talk about coming in like a lion though.
Oh, I know.
It has been some we had like that one little glimpse at the end of February, but it's kind of,
I thought I saw Toto.
Wet and wild.
Toto flying around. Yes, yes, what a February it was. Short on days, but long on events for sure. It was super busy. But I'm gonna say March is nothing to sneeze at. Well, I mean, by the end of the month we'll all be sneezing.
Allergies will be
yeah,
in full swing.
I'm already into it. But we do have a lot of great events and programming news to share. So I want to make sure that we get to it. So let's hop to it and get in here. Of course, this is the month that we celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and also Easter snuck its way into March this year, which is going to mess everybody up. But there are lots of ways to celebrate, and for some that includes crafting. I mean, you can craft for every holiday, let's be honest. So let's see what we have coming up this month. First up, we have a St. Patty's themed mixed fiber wall hanging workshop with hang-on design over at the Viva Maker Shop on Wednesday the 6th from 6 to 8. And for $20, you'll get all the supplies needed, and she always makes a very festive and beautiful thing. And you get a snack, which I mean,
her workshops look really fun.
They are.
They look really fun, and everyone gets to hang their design as they work, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it's just nice to be able to learn something and then walk away with something that
something you get to take home.
An experience.
Yeah.
So it's just fun. And on the next day, over at Craftiest Shop on Anawan Street, there's a hand-painted blown egg ornament class, which I think is going to be gorgeous. From 6 to 8, you can truly create something memorable, a decoration that you can have every year for only $10.
Love it.
Love it too. Completing the triptych that week, back over at the Maker Shop on South Main, we have watercolor artist Lana Kwan from the Wandering Brush, and she's going to be hosting a class on Friday the 7th from 6 to 8:30, where you can create a watercolor of bold and loose flowers. I just like the bold and loose. And just what you need toward the end of a long, dreary winter. If the flowers aren't here, paint them yourself and put them in your house.
Yeah, nice way to relax.
Yeah, $35.
Bold and loose, love it.
And there, I've seen, like we talked about this before, but I've seen the things that come out of that class, and people who've never painted before. I mean,
yeah, don't be afraid if you haven't done watercolor. Lana is a fantastic instructor.
No judgment.
Yeah, and she'll get you to take home something you're really proud of at the end.
Yeah, become an artist. Over at the Brew House District, that new spot on South Main Street, just in time for Easter entertaining, they're hosting a charcuterie workshop with Style and Graze on Wednesday, March 13th at 6 p.m. Ticket cost is $75, but they will give you everything that you need to create a beautiful board to take home with you. And like I said, perfect. You can just wow everybody at Easter dinner with a little something while the kids are doing their
grazing table's where it's at.
Graze.
It is.
And then last but not least, over at Troy City Brewing, they're hosting a 420 paint night on 320, though, on March 20th from 6 to 9. Like I said, a month earlier than the celebration of the name of the event that it alludes to. But this is going to be a fun event for sure. This is a 21-plus event, though, and will require proof of age, $40, and Inebriart, great name, will supply all the materials you'll need to customize your own personal smoking device. The product is sold separately. This is a limited space event, though, so do not sleep on this one if you're interested. I think this is going to fill up, and what a fun.
That's a little different. I saw that, and I had a little bit of like a chuckle.
Oh,
but
I chuckled, yeah.
Yeah, Inebriart. kind of a cool idea.
Oh my God, what a great name.
Yeah.
I love that. This is also a great time of year for getting out and seeing some art. So every Saturday and Sunday at the Greater Fall River Art Association at 80 Belmont Street, they're opening their doors for free admission to the art galleries inside, which is fantastic. Just be sure to check their Facebook page for times and any special events that might be happening. For instance, they have one a weaving and spinning demonstration on Sunday the 17th from 1 to 4. I do love me some weaving demonstrations.
And they had one in February that was really well attended, and people loved it.
Oh,
it
wonderful.
was so cool to see, because we all like, where does the clothing come from?
Yeah.
And at some point it
gives you a deeper,
deeper
appreciation for the craft.
And plus their exhibitions are great, both a combination of some community exhibitions with students.
Students, that's right.
As well, so.
Yeah, and then over at the Narrows Center for the Arts, which is on the second floor of 16 Anawan, the artists open up their galleries every second Saturday of the month for Second Saturdays. And this month, that's taking place on Saturday the 9th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So wonderful group of people, always a good time, and a great way to get to know the artists in our community. And then up on the third floor, the concert hall, March is bringing a ton of great acts to the stage at the Narrows. Two of them just wanted to mention: Preservation Hall Jazz Band, which is happening on the 15th of March, and the Yardbirds, which is an older band that a lot of people might know, but I think, seriously, right?
Yeah.
So check out their website for the schedule, and that's where you can get tickets, and always a great time. BYOB.
And they'll have a new exhibition up on the third floor at the Narrows by the time when this concert happens. These concerts happen.
That's fantastic.
Place to be.
Now you'll see art in two forms.
Many floors of wonderful entertainment.
Yeah, and then rounding out our art roundup is the Little Theater of Fall River, and they're bringing Bye Bye Birdie to the Fire Barn on Highland Avenue, March 7th through the 17th. Tickets are scarce, though. I did see that they added some shows, and those are almost sold out. So if you're interested, definitely go over to littletheater.net and see if you can snag some tickets. And if not, then put yourself on their mailing list and make sure the next time a show comes around, you're right on it.
Yeah, congratulations on selling out shows, though.
Yeah, the Fire Barn is such a cool place.
It's a cool space. It's an intimate space to see a show, and I do know that Little Theater has some shows coming up later in the season that will be hosted at the Narrows.
Oh.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
That's
so they'll be able to.
Ooh, that's fun.
Get a few more people in to be able to see that.
What a great place for a musical of that
And I know
magnitude.
we'll touch on that as it gets
closer.
closer.
Oh yeah, you know we will. A few more events to note. Over at Greater Fall River Recreation on Rock Street, they're back to hosting their popular senior social event on the 29th of March from noon to 3. They are featuring a live band which plays a wide variety of music for different types of dance. Plus you can socialize with members of the community, relax, and get a free dinner. Sounds like a great time.
Yeah, it does.
I hope they still have those when we're seniors.
We can
like,
only
Ashley,
hope.
come into the senior social.
It will only be a few years from now, and we can only hope.
And we did not forget about the Easter Bunny.
No. Easter bird.
Yeah, Easter bird. But as of showtime, there were only 2 Breakfast with the Easter Bunny events. I know more will be popping up, I guarantee you. The ones that we were able to find, one is at Barrett's Ale House on the 23rd from 9 to 11 a.m. And there's another one at Battleship Cove, which is always fun when the bunny's on the battleship. Saturday the 30th from 9 to 11. Tickets are required, I'm sure for both, but definitely for the Battleship Cove one. They go fast, so get to their website or stop by the gift shop if you'd rather pick them up there. And like I said, please, keep an eye on the Viva Fall River calendar because we add new events almost every day. I'm sure we'll have more, at least 10 more will be added by the time this airs. So, but yeah, that's a great way. Or you can sign up for our weekly newsletter too. So on the homepage of vivafallriver.com at the bottom, you can sign up for my weekly newsletter, Ashley's monthly newsletter, and that way you can always be in the know. Yeah. So moving on from events, well, it's still kind of an event, but I wanted to mention 2 big things that are happening in March from Viva Fall River. I'm thrilled to announce the details for the 3rd annual Fall River Restaurant Week, which is taking place from Friday, March 15th through Sunday, March 24th. We have 24 restaurants participating this year. We started out with 12 the first year, 21 last year, and
24 this year.
24, so we doubled in 3 years, which is really amazing. And it's every year it's a different mix. We have some old favorites. I'm going to read through them really quick here just so that you get a sense. 110 Grill, Barca Restaurant, Canned Heat Craft Beer, Casa Eve Dominican Cuisine, Chicken Story, Chocolate Cafe, Duke's Bakery, Dunny's Barbecue, El Sabor de Mi Terra, Restaurante Ecuadoriano. Totally butchered that last part. Europa Pastries and Coffee Shop, Phoenix, the Granite Grill, which is the restaurant at BMC Durfee High School, the Galley Grill. We did allow our friends in Westport. I said, why not? Come on, you're right over the line.
There, yeah.
Laque Nutri Spot, Latinos Restaurant, The Path Restaurant and Lounge, Puerto and Equa Restaurant on Stafford Road, Riverside Sports Bar and Restaurant, Room 251, which is Diamond's Restaurant, Sister Marie Restaurant, Tequila Lime Cantina, Time Blossom, The Tipsy Toboggan, and Townhouse Fall River / Duro Steakhouse. So a wide variety, a lot of newbies in here, some old favorites as well. So participating eateries are offering either dining deals, which are, whatever package they put together. It could be like an appetizer, an entree, and a drink, or if a lot of them are like lunch deals. This was so that we could get more counter service restaurants in and more takeout restaurants, because every year we try to make it more and more inclusive. And some places are just offering like dinner price fix menus. So if you go to vivafallriver.com/restaurant-week, you will find all the menus, and it's got not only the hours of operation, but the hours that the deals are eligible. So we tried to make it really easy, an interactive map. So please do go and check it out and take a look and make your plans. We got to make some plans.
Date night, yep.
Lots of nights out. And I'm really happy to see also that there were an explosion, I should say, of new Latin American restaurants that joined Restaurant Week, and some of those were, and all of those actually were featured in the recently released Fall River Latin American Food Tour, which is a self-guided experience. That's not an actual tour, but it's a self-guided experience, and it's a video series featuring Fall River's variety of Latinx restaurants and bodegas. We have quite a few food markets that have been popping up, and it's just a great way I wanted everybody to know that, you might see one or two here or there, but there are 22 establishments, Latin American establishments, and it's spanning Ecuadorian, Honduran, Dominican, Haitian, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Brazilian, and Guatemalan. So we are, I know we're very well known for our Portuguese food, but it is so wonderful.
That's mind-blowing, 22.
Yeah, 22. The listing of all the restaurants and the markets and an interactive map can be found on the Viva Fall River website, alongside image galleries that have like core menu items and just providing a little bit more context. And that is at vivafallriver.com/Latin American Food Tour. Most proud of the 4 feature videos that we did. We featured Latino's Food Restaurant, Casa Eve, Taqueria El Habanero, and Puerto and Equa. Could not have been a more enriching experience. We wanted to provide a glimpse into the traditions, the dishes, the motivations of the business owners. Why did they come to Fall River? Why did they come to America? And then, what drives them. And I think overall there was a common theme that ran through all the videos of food as a connective tissue for community. And these people have been doing some wonderful things for the community. Some of them feed the homeless. They are embracing being part of the community, and they really are like a model for what I would love to see, just really just want to be members of the community and make sure that people come in and feel loved and welcome, and food is their love language, and it's my love language too. So it's absolutely, I ask you to take a look at it and definitely try some of the new places. I definitely found a few things that I didn't even know about, like mofongo and chicharrones.
You'll have to educate me.
Oh my God, yeah, like Ecuadorian tree tomatoes, which are not like regular tomatoes. They grow on trees. A whole new world was opened up for me. So I hope that does the same for you.
Out of 22 options, there's something for everyone.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll love something.
Absolutely. And I feel like you'll definitely find something. There's a lot of commonalities between your culture, their culture. All the food's the same.
I bet there's a meat pie in here somewhere.
Oh, pastelillos, of course. Please take advantage of Restaurant Week. I hope to see some of you out there and enjoy authentic and affordable meals at some of Fall River's finest restaurants. It's certainly going to be a busy month, and we haven't even talked about FRACC yet. No. So Ashley, please tell us about, you are working on so many things and so many artists are getting involved, and I want to hear all about it.
Well, let's talk about it. So we can first kick off the month with our monthly FRACC meeting. It happens the second Monday every month. This month we are back in person. We take a little virtual hiatus during the winter, but it's spring, we said. So we're back. On March 11th at 5 o'clock, we'll be meeting here at Bristol Community College at the Grimshaw-Gidowitz Art Gallery. And what we do during the meeting is I give a few FRACC updates, but it's really an opportunity for those attending the meeting to share what they have going on, whether it's with an arts and culture organization, a human services, or a small business, individual creative. It's open to all, and I do mean that, and I encourage everyone to, if you can't come to the March, come visit us in April, second Monday of the month, and we always list where the meetings are happening and all of the details on the FRACC website. You can also find it on Patti's website, Viva Fall River, and on Eventbrite. There's a social media, there's a few different places you can find this information, but come visit us on March 11th here at the Grimshaw.
We're out of hibernation.
Gallery.
We're back.
We're back
public.
in person. The sun's out a little bit later. You know, it's
Oh, God.
yeah. That whole winter thing.
Oh, my God.
I'm over it. So, if you come to the meeting, one of the things that we'll definitely be highlighting, and I want to stress again, is we have money to give you. FRACC has money. We're very fortunate. We received funding from Bristol County ARPA with the American Rescue Plan. And what we're doing with that is a pretty robust program to support Fall River's creative folks. Are you a hairstylist, a nail technician? Do you perform drag? Are you a DJ? We're not just talking visual artists and musicians. Like, we're talking creatives in the broadest sense of the term. If you have a creative job, all of those are creative jobs, and it doesn't have to be a full-time job. It can be a hobby. It can just be something that you like to do. We have money for you. So what we're doing is we have an application out right now. Go online, fill it out. It's fairly simple. There's not a lot of writing. It's really just asking questions about you. And what we'll do is on March 14th, that application closes. And from there, 10 creatives will be selected by committee, and they will go through a kind of a small professional development coaching opportunity. So it will be a few months long, and for all of the creatives that are accepted, the 10 that are accepted, you'll have the opportunity to get coaching, technical assistance, to think about how to make your passion or small business, it could be anywhere from already being a small business to being a passion, how to get it on the ground in a way that it can move forward, and you can make money, and you can be sustainable as a creative person. A path to success. And so it's really exciting. So the grant that you would receive from this is $3,000. It's not restricted. You can spend the money however you want. But at the end of the program, you will come out with a business plan that folks will help you put together.
And this is with Assets for Artists,
right?
And
so by folks, I mean Assets for Artists. And so Assets for Artists is an organization that is housed out of the Museum of Contemporary Art in Massachusetts. So they are on the western side of the state, but Assets for Artists has actually been working across Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island to offer this type of programming. So they've been going into big cities like Holyoke, Pittsfield, Boston, and they've been offering the opportunity for folks to get grants. Many of the grants are only $2,000. Ours are $3,000, but to come out of it with a sustainable path and business plan for themselves.
That's great.
Because part of what FRACC is really here for at the end of the day is to support all of you in the creative sector, not just here in Fall River, but in the broader sense. But this opportunity specifically is for Fall River. So there are some restrictions and some eligibility guidelines.
Like, live or work here?
Yeah, live or work here, and there's also some census tract identification that you'll want to do. So even if you're thinking that maybe you aren't ready or you have some questions about this grant, do visit the FRACC website. We have a whole Q&A video available for you. It's pre-recorded. We also have our last month's FRACC meeting available for people to watch as well. And as part of this, as we get into the summer months, we'll be providing free workshops to everyone. So the 10 people that receive the grants, of course, they're going to be at the workshops, but everyone else in the community will be invited as well. So we'll be having,
incredible.
Yeah, we'll have 5 different workshops, and as those get closer, we'll absolutely share the dates.
Oh yeah, we'll be shouting it from the rooftops. Really.
We will be. And so we currently still have free education happening right now.
That's right.
So we've been working again with Grimshaw-Gidowitz Art Galleries, Director Kathleen Hancock, and she has been offering classes at the Ignition Space, which is located at 44 Troy Street. So we've done 2 classes so far, and on March 5th and 12th we'll have 2 more workshops coming up. They start at 5:30 to 7. You can register on Eventbrite. Registration's not required, but if you do it ahead of time, it just helps us prepare. But you're welcome to just walk in on either March 5th or March 12th. And on the 5th, we'll be talking about marketing and promotion and how someone as a creative can use traditional resources available like print or social media to promote what they're doing. And on the 12th, we'll look a little bit more into artist statements or portfolios. And portfolios, again, aren't just for your traditional painter. If you are a tattoo artist, you probably have a portfolio as well. So I do encourage you. Free classes. Thank you, Mass Development, for sponsoring these as part of their Creative Catalyst grant program.
These are great topics.
But they're great topics, and Kathleen is really thrilled to be offering these. And I know that from the ones we offered in February, even though the program wraps up at 7, many stuck around. And it's, again, an opportunity to network, to meet people, to ask questions. So I hope to see people at the Ignition Space either on March 5th or March 12th. And also coming up, we have some exhibition programming coming up at the Ignition Space. And so coming up at the end of March, UMass Dartmouth's graduate program will be hosting their visual arts exhibition in the space. So I believe March 29th will be the day that it will open, but the public reception will be on April 6th in the late afternoon. That's a Saturday. So again, we'll have more information on the FRACC website and on our social media, but how cool is that UMass Dartmouth is coming over to Fall River for an exhibition?
That is great.
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to be able to provide space to students that needed the space. This is part of their requirement for graduating. And, you know, this is not the first time the Ignition Space has fulfilled this function for students in the area.
Bridgewater, correct?
For Bridgewater State as well. So back at the end of 2023, we hosted 2 students from Bridgewater State University who, again, needed space to fulfill their degree as part of their program. So
you go through the whole degree program, and that's like your last piece. I mean, we got to help them out.
Yeah, we got to help them out. So I'm thrilled to invite UMass Dartmouth over to Fall River to exhibit the artwork of these students. And as we look ahead through the springtime, FRACC will, again, more programs, more free programs and educational opportunities. We'll be doing a DEI workshop on April 17th. It will be virtual at 5 o'clock, and that's in collaboration with the Katie Brown educational programs based right here in Fall River. They have a great organization. Great organization. I highly encourage people to go and check out their website. They have a really nice menu or offering of different trainings that they can provide to either your business, your organization, schools,
student groups. I had worked with them before on cyberbullying. And they do a lot of work around helping people to navigate that topic. And I mean, that's a serious topic.
Yeah.
But they're a wonderful organization. I'm thrilled that you're working with them on this.
I am too. I'm new friends to FRACC, and I'm thrilled that we're going to be working with them. So really, to sum it up, I feel like right now FRACC has a lot of educational opportunities available for folks, and I do encourage you to take advantage of it. It's free.
I mean, absolutely. It's not often that you get free education.
Not often. But again, you know, if you're ever looking for more information, do visit our website, thefracc.org. VivaFallRiver.com also has our events listed on there, and our monthly newsletter. So the last Tuesday of every month, our newsletter goes out to folks.
Great newsletter.
There's a lot in there, including a lot of grant opportunities. I mentioned our opportunities specifically with Assets for Artists that we're doing, but there's more opportunities, and we always feature those along with job postings as well.
Job postings and just features about some of the great things that are going on in our community, which is, you know, kind of what we're dedicated to, is like uplifting and making sure that everybody knows. I mean, you know, it's so easy out there to gravitate toward the negative things, but it's the positive things that are going to make you feel good. It's like food for the soul. So. But yes, you know, I think that is pretty much all the time that we have. I mean, it goes by fast. I mean, there's a lot going on, and I mean, my God, April's going to be crazy. May, we've got some stuff coming up. So stay tuned. Make sure you mark your calendars. We air on Wednesdays at 6:30 on Fall River Community Media. Also, always find us on YouTube. And keep an eye on Fall River's #1 event calendar, VivaFallRiver.com/events. And please, you know, I always say this every time, if you have an event or you know of an event, please do submit it. It's super easy and it helps me, but I'll still find them. I always do. I'm like the Sherlock Holmes of events. I will find your event. And you know, like you said, the newsletter, you know, we just want to hear from you all the time.
Yep. So
until then, let's have a wonderful month, a happy Easter, and Viva Fall River.